Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we get to the bottom of what's really going on behind those corporate numbers after a bit of a scare. Today we're diving into Society Pass Incorporated's latest report, and it's a story of survival and what looks like a comeback after some serious trouble with the stock market Nasdaq. It seems like they were on the brink of being kicked off the stock exchange, but they've managed to pull it back. Let's see how they did it and what it means for them going forward. So Society Pass Incorporated is a company that sells common stock on a major stock market called the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. Think of Nasdaq as a big marketplace for buying and selling parts of companies' stocks. Their stock symbol is SOPA. Now, usually companies have to meet certain rules to keep their stocks listed on these markets. Almost like a report card, Society Pass got a notice that they weren't meeting one of these important rules. This specific rule is about something called stockholders' equity. In simple terms, it's like the net worth of the company. It's what's left over if you sold everything the company owned and paid off all its debts. Nasdaq said Society Pass had less than $2.5 million in this net worth, which is a big deal because it can mean the company isn't financially stable enough to be traded publicly. Because of this, Nasdaq was planning to remove their stock from trading on February 27, 2025. Being delisted means your stock can no longer be bought and sold on that major market, which is usually a terrible sign for investors and can make it very hard for the company to raise money. But Society Pass didn't just accept this, they fought back by asking for a hearing, which is like going to court for companies. They presented their case to a special group called the Nasdaq Hearings Panel. This step paused the delisting process, giving them a chance to sort things out. The panel eventually said, okay, you can stay listed, but only until June 30, 2025. This was a temporary pass, meaning they still had to prove they could meet the rules long term. Then they got another extension. This shows they were given more time, an extra bit of breathing room until mid-August. It's clear the company was really working hard to get its financial house in order. And now the big news. On September 2, 2025, Nasdaq sent them a letter saying they've done it. Society Pass has shown they now meet that crucial stockholders' equity rule. They have proven they have at least $2.5 million in net worth. This is a massive win for the company and its investors. It means their stock can continue to be traded on Nasdaq. However, it's not a complete free pass yet. For the next year, Nasdaq will be watching them very closely, like a tight monitoring period. If they slip up again and fail to meet that equity rule during this year, they won't get another chance to explain or fix it. Nasdaq will immediately issue a final decision to delist them, so the pressure is still on. The report is signed by Reynold Lian, who is the Chief Executive Officer. This shows the top leadership is heavily involved and responsible for these critical compliance efforts. The report itself is dated September 5, 2025, reflecting these important events that happened just a few days earlier. Looking at this filing, the real story is about survival. Society Pass was in a tough spot, facing delisting which would have been disastrous. They managed to pull themselves back from the edge by ensuring they met Nasdaq's financial requirements. This suggests they either found ways to increase their equity, perhaps through new funding, or by improving their overall financial health, or they reevaluated their structure. The crucial takeaway here is the company demonstrated resilience. However, the mandatory panel monitor for a year is a serious reminder that they need to maintain this stability. A single misstep could still lead to delisting. For investors, this means keeping a close eye on Society Pass's future financial reports to ensure they continue to meet these standards. Overall, Society Pass has navigated a major crisis. They've kept their stock trading on Nasdaq, which is a significant accomplishment given the initial notice. The key will be their ability to consistently maintain their financial health and meet ongoing regulatory requirements. It's a positive development, but one that requires continued vigilance. Alright, that's our breakdown of Society Pass Incorporated's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.